everyone. Welcome to your Monday Be Well workout. Today we are in the kitchen and we're focusing on stabilization. So you don't need any equipment except a soft surface. So I have my yoga mat. I'm also barefoot. And we're going to work on some stabilization practices to kind of engage our entire body, which helps us to build muscle endurance. All right? So grab some water, get your little setup, get a little space, and we're going to get started. So I'm just going to come to my mat and we're just going to open up our whole chest here, just rocking our arms open and closed, giving ourselves a little dynamic movement, getting everything started. And then I'm going to move to grab my right foot and pull it up, giving a nice stretch to my quad here. And I do have a chair handy because I always want to remind you to use a chair or a countertop or anything you might need to add that extra stability. It's still going to challenge those muscles. And we'll switch. Some people like to put their hand high or on their hip. Whatever works for you to get that nice stretch there. And we'll just hold for a couple more seconds, making sure you're breathing, filling your diaphragm. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And let's release that. Let's come to wide stance here. And we're just going to take our arms wide and we're just going to alternate reaching down towards that opposite toe. So just alternating back and forth, finding rotation in those hips and in that torso. And it's okay if you can't get to the toes. Just reaching as far as you can that's comfortable for you, feeling that stretch. Couple more here. Excellent. Let's step back together and let's take our hands wide or high above our head. Imagine lifting up out of those hips and adjusting towards the right. So we're reaching through those fingertips with a nice side bend here. Finding length in those fingers. Imagine your arms are stretching, reaching to the sky or the ceiling, wherever you are. And return and rise up out of those hips and take it to the opposite side. Today the workout is broken into 4 different sections. So we're going to do 4 circuits, and each one of those circuits has 3 exercises that's going to challenge different areas of stabilization in our body. Let's dive down. Let your head hang. Feel the backs of those leg muscles opening up, reaching for those toes. And let's shift our gaze over to the right, reaching towards those right toes. And let's shift them back, reaching towards the left. And back to center. And let's come up, flat back, pause, taking a breath, and reaching down. Letting that head hang. And let's come up 1 vertebrae at a time. Rounding out those shoulders. And we come high again. And we reach up and out, twisting towards that right. And return. Lift up out of those hips and twist towards the left. And return. Excellent. And let's dive down again. Reaching for the mat, toes, ankles, wherever you can reach. Allow your belly to come to the top of those thighs. And we'll shake to the right. And back to center. And let's take it to the left. And back to center. Come up halfway, flat back, and down. And then let's rise up 1 vertebrae at a time here. Great. So we're going to start our exercise today with our first circuit. Like I said, 3 exercises. And I always like to start my movements on my right side. So that's a great way to follow me. So we're going to start by lifting our right foot in the air, so it's just right next to my left leg here. So my left leg is my stabilizer. And I'm gonna just reach down towards my toe. So I've got my right leg lifted. So we're just lifting and reaching. Here for 5. You'll feel your left leg shaking as you try to stabilize this movement. It's okay if you tap down, just join again. That right leg is just hovering a couple inches off the ground there. And it really challenges your balance. And if you want to have your chair next to you to kind of catch yourself on the way up, that's fine too. Last one here. And come back up to standing. Whew, I even lost my balance there. It's very difficult. So now we're gonna move our legs into a wider stance here. We're gonna come into that sumo squat. So we're gonna lower ourselves down into a very low, very wide leg squat here. And we're gonna stand up on those tippy toes. So finding that balance there. So we're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And go ahead, catch that balance and come back to standing. And let's rock back down. And we're gonna raise into 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, finding that balance, and we come back to standing. And let's lower into that sumo squat. Rise up on those toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up to standing. Excellent. Last exercise in this first circuit. We're going to take standing hip length apart. We're going to rock forward, allowing that right leg to come out behind us. We've got a nice soft bend in our front left leg, finding that balance. And we're going to tap down for 10 here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And return. We're going to take 10 more tap backs. Okay, so same leg comes back. We're balancing on the left. Right leg is our mover. Find that balance. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And return. Shake out those muscles. Give that left leg a little break there. And we're going to take it to the opposite side now. So this time our left leg is going to be our movement. So we're going to come hip length apart. Find your stability. Hover that left leg just above the ground. And we're just going to reach down for 5. Nice. I'm reaching towards my right toes. If you'd like to put your arm out, maybe that helps with your balance. And 5. Good. Coming to the side here. I'm sorry, we're going to come wide into our sumo squats here. And we're going to sink down, up on those toes. This time we're going to pulse. So pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rise. Give yourself a little shake out. Shake those muscles and lower. Up on the toes, pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on up. Breathe deeply. And sink. Up on the toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And come up. And lower. Up on the toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on up. Got one more here. You're going to feel this in all your legs. And lower. Make sure you're getting nice and low in this sumo squat. Up on those toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Come to standing. We're bringing that left leg behind us, so we're shifting in the pelvis, allowing that left leg to come up. However you want to find balance. Mine is in prayer. Yours could be out, and we tap down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and return. And your right leg now is working overtime, trying to stabilize you. So we bring that leg out, left leg behind us, soft bend in the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Return. Excellent. We've got one more set in this circuit. So this time we're going to alternate between which movers are our prime movers here. All right, we're going to start by hovering our right leg here, and we reach down and up. So we're just reaching for those toes, letting that left leg do all the work. 2 more here with the right leg hovering. And return, switching to that left leg hover. So we're going right into it for our last set. Reaching down, left leg is hovering. Very challenging. Seems simple. And last one, excellent. Come wide into those sumo squats. And this time we're going to do a variation of holding and pulsing. So we're up on the toes and we're going to hold for this first set. So just hold strong for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Excellent. Now we've got our pulses. Sink down, up on those toes. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Pulse, just small movements, moving just about an inch each time, pulsing on those tippy toes. And return, and holding on the toes this time for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Give those muscles a quick breather. And last one, pulses. Up on those toes, small movements. Excellent. Hold strong. You're in the home stretch of this first circuit, almost done. And rise. And then we're going to finish with those flying legs behind us with tap down. So I'm going to start with my right leg, coming behind me, soft bend in my left, and I'm tapping up and down. Feeling a nice squeeze in my glute when it's on the up. Excellent. And lower. Same leg. Right leg behind for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And return. Give yourself a minute. Switching right to that left leg. Coming behind, soft bend in the right, and we tap down. 3, 2, 1, return, and extend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Return. Excellent job. First circuit down. 3 more to go. You've got this. Grab some water. All right, so we're going to continue to challenge the balance in our body. So when you're working on stabilization, what you're doing is you're putting yourself in an uncontrolled environment. So you're taking away the ability to be grounded and to be stabilized. So when you take something away and add a factor like standing on one foot or standing on an unstable surface, as long as it's safe, you're allowing your muscles to compensate for that instability. And what that does over time is it builds muscle endurance. So it makes your muscles stronger. So even though these movements are simple, you're building that muscle, okay? So on our second circuit, same as before, 3 different exercises, and we'll run through it 3 times. Our first exercise is going to be a step back lunge to balance. So it's going to look like this. And as always, I start on my right side. So I'm going to step back with my right, holding in this lunge. And then I'm going to step up, bringing that same right knee up and hold it here for balance. And then return. So we step back with that right into a lunge, gain that balance, and then bring that knee up, holding it here. 90-degree angle bend. And we're here for 5. So stepping back and bringing up to balance. Stepping right back and bringing it up to balance. Excellent. Last one, right leg step back to lunge. Hold, find that balance, and then step up, right leg comes up for balance. Excellent. Return. Bring that stance wide. Our right foot is going to turn and shoot straight out in front of us. So it's trending with your hand here. Left foot straight ahead, okay? And we're going to move into some warrior lunges towards that right front leg. So my arms come out wide. I'm in warrior 2 here. And I'm just going to lunge towards that front right leg. Hold and return. And then we lunge towards it, hold and return. And we're here for 5. So you should feel that nice 90-degree angle. Your quads are working hard in that front right leg that we're lunging towards. And return and lunge towards. And return. Excellent. Stepping our legs together here. We're going to move from a chair pose to a balanced tree pose, okay? So again, I use my right leg first in my first sequence. So we're going to stand tall, and then we're going to sink into that chair. Holding here. Feet are forward. You're in a nice squat position as if you're sitting in a chair. And then we're going to rise up out of that and bring that right leg onto our left, holding here in a tree pose. Making sure that leg is bent in such a way where your foot is not pushing against your kneecap. It's above it or below it. Could be down here by the ankle, could be at your calf, could be up above the knee. Wherever you find that balance, and release. Bring those arms down. Let's shoot up to the sky here. And we sink into that chair pose. If it's easier for you to actually have a chair handy to help you with this, you can imagine yourself sitting just as if you were sitting in that chair. So it's a nice little measurement for you. Coming up from that chair pose, same leg, finding that balance, and holding tall here. Very good. Legs come down, bring the arms down in a nice sweeping motion, bring them back up, and sink into that chair pose. Hold, hold, hold. Rise back up, bring that right leg up to your leg, find the balance, and hold. Excellent. One circuit down. We're going to move through those 3 exercises again. So we're going to start with our step back lunge to balance. This time I'm using my left leg. So I'm going to stand hip length apart. My arms come up as I step back with my left leg into a lunge, finding that balance for a moment, and then I step that left leg forward, holding it in a 90-degree bend, finding the balance. And stepping back, and shoot that leg forward, holding in that balance. Feeling that right leg really working hard to stabilize that left mover. Stepping back, and bringing left leg up, holding to balance. You'll notice I have a flex in my left toes. And step back. And rise, hold. It's okay to have your chair or something here if you need that support. And last one, step back to lunge. And step up to balance. Hold, hold, hold. Excellent. Legs come wide. This time that left leg facing forward. Right foot, toes are straight ahead. And we're gonna lunge towards that left bent leg now. Holding in that lunge. And rise. And lunge. And rise. Lunge. And 2 more here. Up. And lunge. Up. Excellent. And last one, lunge. All of your weight should be in the heel of that left foot. Wiggle your toes for a test. And rise. Good job. Come together. We're going to move through those 3 chair to tree poses. So we're bringing the arms up and sinking into chair. Holding strong here. This time we rise up and our left leg comes to meet our right leg, finding that place of balance. Holding. Excellent. Let those arms come down and sweep back all the way up to the sky, sinking into that second chair pose here. Breathe deeply through your nose. Use the breath out through your mouth. And rise. Bring that left leg up. Find the balance. Hold, hold, hold. And legs come apart. Sweeping those arms down. And back up for that final chair pose here in this round. Holding here. Use the breath. And rise, bringing that left leg up, finding that balance. Excellent. Step those legs apart. Give yourself a nice little twist. Let's take a little shoulder roll here. Awesome, awesome. We've got one more round of that circuit. You've got this. Grab your water if you need a little break. And as usual, this time we're going to alternate between our legs. So we're going to start with our right leg, stepping it back into lunge, and then shooting it forward for that step up to balance. We're going to do 2 on each side here. Step back to lunge, hold, and bring it up to balance. Excellent. Bring those feet down, reset, and this time we take our left leg back. Holding here. And then stepping straight up to balance. Hold. Keep that core nice and tight. Step back into lunge. And step up to balance. Excellent. Bring those those legs wide. We're going to start by lunging towards our right foot here. So our toes are trending with our fingers and our left foot straight ahead. And we lunge and return, and lunge, and return. And we're taking 3 on each side here. Lunge, and return, and then adjust those toes. Right toes come forward, left toes follow the fingertips, and we lunge. And return, and lunge, and return. Excellent. Into our final poses with the chair and tree. We're going to take it once on each side. It's only fair. So we're going to bring those arms up and sink down into chair. Holding here for an extra breath. Three, and come on up. Bring that right leg up, finding the balance on that left stabilizer leg. Hold strong here. Excellent. Put those legs down. Let's take a nice sweeping arm motion up as we sink into our final chair pose. 3 breaths here. And come on up, finding that left leg on our right leg this time, finding that balance. Excellent, and release. Take a nice dive down, let that head hang. Great work, that's a very challenging circuit there. And let's come on up one vertebrae at a time here, rounding out through the back and shoulders. And let's take 3 dynamic shoulder rolls here. Really exaggerating that movement to kind of work out the lactic acid that might have built from those movements here. And we're moving into our 3rd circuit. So you are halfway done, a little bit more than halfway done, as our final circuit's always the shortest. So grab some water and we're going to come down to our mats. I don't think that we'll really need a chair here, but if you still have it around you, that's fine too. All right, so we're going to come down to our mat, and we're going to start by doing some plank shoulder taps. So I'm starting in a tabletop position here, and then I'm going to step my feet back, coming into a strong plank, flat back, and I'm going to alternate touching my hand to my shoulder for 6. Trying to keep the rest of your body from moving at all. Good. Lower down to those knees. Take a child's pose if you need to. If being in plank for that position is too hard, you can do it from tabletop. So we're just alternating those hands to shoulder touches. Okay, so wherever you are, that's great. Okay, our second movement, we're going to take our bird dogs. So we're going to shoot our right hand forward, left leg behind. I'm a little too close to my dishwasher here. So right hand forward, left leg behind, and we're going to tap down and up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for a moment, and we're going to take that right arm and left leg out to the side in the same sides and tap down outside of our mat. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Returning back to our tabletop position here. We are going to push up into downward dog. And we're going to bring our right leg up and just pause there, shooting it forward, and then shooting it back up. And back down to your mat. So we're going to move through those 3 sequences, 3 exercises 3 more times. Feel free to adjust your mat if you're like me and you need a little extra space. That's fine too. So we're going to come back to our first movement, which were those planks, alternating shoulder touches. So I'm stepping up into plank, and I'm just alternating my hand to shoulder. Feel free to bring your feet a little wide. The main challenge is keeping the bottom of your body from rocking back and forth. And return. Coming into those bird dogs. This time, left hand comes forward, right leg extends, and we tap up and down for 10. First 5 are straight up and down. Second 5 are outside of your mat. So you're just adjusting your arm and leg out to the side. And 1, good. Coming back to the mat. This time we're going to step up into plank, rock back into downward dog here, and let's bring that left leg high and shoot it forward. Holding, and then bring it back up high and return. Excellent. So as you can see, this circuit moves through pretty quickly. We're already in our last round. And of course, this time we're going to alternate side to side. So coming into our last movement here, starting in tabletop, pressing up into plank, bring those feet a little wide, alternate those shoulder touches. Excellent. Coming back down, we're going to alternate those bird dogs. I'm going to come face you this way a little bit, in case it's easier to see my movements. So from here, I'm gonna start with my right hand forward, left leg back, and I'm just tapping up and down. For 10, first 5 straight up and down, second 5 outside of the mat. Excellent. Coming back to the all fours position, stepping back into plank, rocking back into downward dog. We bring that right leg high and shoot it forward, holding, and then bring it back up high and lower. Stand here for a second to catch your breath, and then we take it to the left side right away. Last one, plank, downward dog, bringing that leg high, and shoot it forward, and returning, and then bring it back down to your knees. Excellent. Rock back into child's pose. Let your knees come wide. Forehead comes down to the mat. Deep breaths. Taking a nice pause here. All right, come on up. Go ahead, shake those arms out. Grab some water. We're in our very last circuit, which is going to work the challenge in our core. So we're going to make the stabilization work for our middle torso here. Alrighty. So these 3 exercises, these final ones, we're going to start with boat to low boat. I'll show you what that looks like. And then we're going to move into doing some single leg bridges. And then we're going to finish strong with some pendulum legs. So I will try to move my mat in such a way that you can see it best. I think we can get rid of this chair here. The joys of working out of your kitchen. All right, so we're coming down to our mat, and we're going to start with boat to low boat. So what that looks like is we're going to find ourselves on our seat bones. Our feet are together right in front of us. And there's 2 options here. You can either take this position and just lean back to challenge the core. And this is a great challenge right here. Or you can take this to boat, which would bring your feet off the ground, and you'd be moving from a low boat to a boat position. So you're doing sort of an aerial crunch here. So we're here for 5, whichever one works for you. Excellent. Then we let our feet come down, and we're going to move into those bridges. So we're laying flat on our back here. Feet are on the ground, and we're going to take a challenge. Instead of bridging straight up like this, we're going to do it with one leg raised. So as you can see, my one leg is parallel with its counterpart until it continues to extend, and I'm flexing my toes, and I'm just raising and lowering. So I've got my right leg raised as I bridge for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Bringing that back down. And our final movement is pendulum legs, which I'll face you so you can see my leg movement here. So we're just going to bring those legs up, and we're going to rock them back and forth like they're drawing a rainbow. So your back is still flat on the ground, only your legs are moving, rotating at those hips. If you want to do this from a bent knee, that's fine too. There for 5. Excellent. All right. So that's our last circuit. We're going to run through that 2 more times. So returning back to the start. Put this up here so I don't kick it. We're going back to our boat to low boat. So feet come up, and we rock between low and high. So I'm just extending my legs, balancing on those sit bones. This is a little challenging with the baby bump here, but we're getting it in. And then last one. Lowering down to our back. This time my left leg is going to come up, and I'm pushing up into 5 bridges with that left leg extended. You'll feel this in your glutes. So we're working on those bottoms today. 5, excellent. And then we go right into those pendulum legs. So my legs are up, they're glued together as I draw a rainbow with my toes. Feel free to bring your arms wide for extra stability. And 1. Good work. Last set. Going right to that boat to low boat. Again, if you would rather hold here strong, that's great too. Otherwise, those feet come up and we rotate between boat and low boat. Last one. Excellent. Feet come down. We're going to rotate between which leg is lifted. We're starting with the right, and we're going to do 3 bridges on the right here. 3. Excellent. Switch feet. Left leg comes up. 1, 2, 3. Hold. Bring it down. Pendulum legs. Your last set. You've got this. Arms come wide. Legs come up. Draw that rainbow with those toes. Rock back and forth like a little pendulum. 1 more each side. And excellent. Bring those legs down. Arms come high. Allow yourself just an awesome starburst stretch here. Point and flex between those toes. Feel your body coming down from a great workout. Extend through those fingers, wiggle those fingers, lengthen through all 4 limbs. Like a nice starfish here. Awesome. And then let's bring our legs back in and let's take a nice windshield wiper with those legs, letting them rock back and forth. Just let them stretch out those hip flexors. Giving your little back a little massage. You worked your full body today. It was great. You'll feel those aches and pains, that delayed onset muscle soreness will hit you either late tomorrow or the next day. All right. Let's extend those legs out. Come up to seated. And from a seated position, we're just going to point and flex. Just pointing in and out, flexing those feet, pointing and flex and point. And let's bring that right leg up, cross it over the left. Use your left elbow to come behind your right shoulder or knee and push into a twist. Looking over that right shoulder. And let's switch here. Crossing that left bent leg over the right and twisting towards that bent knee. Looking over that left shoulder. Using that right elbow to push against the knee for a deeper twist. Excellent. Come to standing, however is best comfortable for you. And let's take a couple forward folds here. So I'm just allowing my arms to really move some of that energy around. Getting a nice soft bend in those knees. And let's dive down. Reaching towards the mat. It's fine to have your legs wider or together, wherever you feel the best stretch coming in. And let's come on up. And roll those shoulders back. Get a nice dynamic shoulder roll back and bring it forward. And let's take those arms up high and dive down again. Reaching towards the right. Shifting towards the left. And come on up, nice and slowly. Massaging out that back. Very good. Let's take our right foot into our left hand. I know you're thinking, I'm tired of balancing today. Feel free to use something to stabilize yourself. And let's switch. Making sure that that knee is not shooting out, but staying right next to its counterpart, parallel with its other leg. Excellent. And let's come wide again. And let's take those alternating toe touch with windmill arms here. So just reaching back and forth like we did in the beginning. Excellent. Nice work. One more each side. Excellent. Let's step back together and let's finish with those pencils. Bring those arms high, lift up out of those hips, and take that stretch to the right. Then back to center. Rise up out of those hips. Take it to the left. And back to center. One final dive down. Reach for those toes. Coming up halfway, flat back. And reaching down for those toes last time. And come on up, nice and slowly. One vertebrae at a time here. And roll those shoulders back. Let's take our gaze to the right, to the left, center. Let's look up. And chin to chest. And one final nice big full rotation in the neck. Imagine you're drawing a circle with your nose. And take it back the other way. And back to center. Awesome work today. I hope that you found that fun, energizing. I hope it is a great start to your week. Make sure to get out, enjoy the day each day if you can for 30 minutes or so, a walk. Drink lots and lots of water. Be well. My name is Darian Leader. You can find this workout as well as many others at chc.edu/bewell. And we're always here to help and offer healthy nutrition tips as well as ways to break up your week and make sure that you're feeling energized and moving while practicing, safety measures and social distancing at the same time. Have an awesome week, and I will see you here again next Monday.